Hi everybody, this is Coach Abby. I'm back for week 2 and today we're going to go over the arm circle, which is the most important fundamental. That's this part that makes a circle, and if your arm circle is straight, then your pitch has a chance of going straight. And we want our arm circle to be the same every time because then our release point will be the same every time. And so I'm going to show you what a good arm circle is, what it actually looks like, and then how to practice it to make it go straight. Okay, the first question though is, if I have a crooked arm circle, which looks like this, that would be crooked and this is straight, okay, and I still manage to throw strikes, because that happens. You'll go out and see people with weird motions, but they can kind of throw strikes. So what's wrong with that? So what is wrong with that? If you can throw strikes and your motion's weird, what's the problem? Well, the problem is it costs you speed. What's the fastest way to get from one point to the other? A straight line. So this is a straight line with your arm. That's going to be the fastest. If you go like this, but then manage to correct it, and so it comes back to where it's supposed to be, which I'll tell you what that is, it costs you time. And so you want to throw it fast and strikes, right? And you want to throw the most efficient motion. So we'll show you that. These are called arm circle breakdowns, and that's when you practice one part of the arm circle at a time. And you would do this for every practice. I did this so much even through college, no matter how old you are. If you're 8 years old or if you're 20, I would do this. First thing we're gonna learn is grip. In pitching school, we throw the C fastball most of the time, and a C fastball is how you hold it. And C, I'm using my big ball for an example. This is gigantic, it's not real. You don't use this in a game. It's 14 inches. And here's the C. C for Cubs. I know, Northsider, Cubs fan, C for Cubs. You take your middle finger and these two fingers and put them on the top of the C, the top, these 3 little creases, touch it. Touch the top of the C. That's a C fastball. And this has when it comes off your hands, a 12 to 6 spin. And we put a piece of tape on the ball in pitching school so you can see it roll, and it should look like this. And if it looks like this, you know you didn't do it right, etc. Okay, so that's a C fastball. You can also do a 2-seam fastball, which you hold it like this. A lot of girls learn this. This is fine too, except it catches the wind a little weird, so it's not the most accurate, but it moves a little crazy, so some people like that. And we also do something called a U fastball, U, and then you hold it like a horseshoe. And this one, you have a bullet spin on it, which when they get a little more advanced, we learn that. So when you're first learning, let's stick with the C. Okay, mom and dad, if you are catching, a proper arm circle looks like this, which, can you see the ball the entire time? See how you can see this ball? That would be a correct arm circle. No matter what your body's doing, you can see the circle. This would be incorrect. Watch this, here it comes. Oh, it goes behind your back. That's the terminology we use, behind your back, and then comes back out, and that's gonna be incorrect. This takes a long time to learn, especially girls are very flexible, and this is natural. This is why it is natural. If everyone goes like this, go ahead, stand up, put your arms out, and then relax them. Where do your hands go? Oh, they go behind your back. So we are training you players and parents to recognize that your arms actually go out here. It's called shoulder separation instead of right here. So you got to get it out here. The first thing you do to break it down is you get on your knee. And we get on our knee because we don't want to have to think about our arms when we're learning. Or we don't want to think about our legs, we have to think about our arm. Okay, so the first thing you do, we're just gonna do the end part of the motion, which is the finger, is this little part. And when you do it, you're gonna get your grip. You're gonna put your glove right here. My knee and my leg is, or was this, my back foot's behind me this way, and my body is sideways at the release point. My glove on my leg. This is an important setup, keeps it simple. Then you're gonna throw it, and you're gonna cock your wrist back. See how it goes backwards like this? And then when you throw it, it's gonna go forward and roll. So back, forth. That was awesome. Okay, you did a good job. Not if it went into the glove and hit the spot. It's good if the line rolls 12-6. Then you have accomplished your goal on a proper snap. Okay, when referring to the arm circle, we use the times on a clock. Okay, if home's that way and I'm a clock, what time am I right now? 12 o'clock. What time? 6 o'clock. We call this 9 o'clock, and this is 3 o'clock. So we just did 6 o'clock snaps, that's what we call them. Okay, now we're gonna do 9 o'clock. So you're back, you're gonna be my catcher right now. We're back on our right knee, back leg behind me. Okay, we're gonna bring it up to 9 o'clock. Here's the most important one. Can you see the ball? Yes, so girls, when you bring it to 9 o'clock, look at it. Oh, that's where it's at. And then ask mom or dad, can you see the ball? And if they say yes, then you're allowed to throw it. If they can't, if it's back here, you can't see it, right? Okay, if you don't do this, you're just practicing the wrong thing. Okay, so you're gonna pitch it, come down, you're gonna release it, and then your follow through, which is after you pitch, you're gonna punch your shoulder and point your elbow, and that's the proper follow through to protect your bicep. Your glove points straight ahead, and they both come down at the same time together. Okay, so we're gonna point, and I'll show you as fast as you can. That's it. After you've done that 5 to 10 times, maybe you could say 3 times correctly, then you go on to 12 o'clock and go on your knee. Now, if your knee hurts and some complaining going on, you know what? Let's take your glove and put it under your knee, or get a sweatshirt, put it under your knee. It's fine. Everyone, you should be able to do this for 20 minutes. You'll survive. You're also wondering, why are you in a parking lot? I got these new shoes. I didn't want to get them dirty, and I wanted to wear. Yes, aren't they cute? I know. So I'm in a parking lot. Okay, now we're gonna go up to 12 o'clock. We'll trace it back. Double check. Oh, that looks great. Up top. Okay, here's the proper spot. This is wrong on top of my head. It's actually out here, a shoulder separation. Okay, so mom and dad, double check for everybody. Okay, point your glove and follow through. Where's my elbow? It is pointing to the target. This is incorrect. Pointing down, right? What that does is it stops the acceleration. This is the fastest part. If you go like this, see how that is, your arm has to slow down. You need to go out and then point the elbow, is what we teach. Step number 3, we're going to 3 o'clock. All right, we're back on our knee. We had a little rest, now we have to go back. Okay, now we're gonna trace it back. This builds extra muscle memory going backwards. Okay, 3 o'clock. My legs are still exactly the same. We didn't change anything. My chest is straight. This is the plug part you watched from last time. Okay, it's like I always tell them like, oh, you're squishing your mom's head when she's catching for you right here. So it's not over there or here. Okay, both your arms have to be up. Okay, so I'm squishing your head. Once it's good, then mom and dad could say go fast as you can, all the way around, and elbow up, and then I pulled my glove down. Okay, your glove has to go up and down with your body. So everyone stand here and do jumping jacks. Okay, these are kind of lame jumping jacks, but I'm kind of sore from my workout. All right, so both my arms go up and down at the same time, right? They do. Okay, in pitching, your arms go up and they go down together, just like jumping jacks. And the last step, step 4, is 6 o'clocks, which is the whole circle on your knee. We're watching our arm going up, glove arm going up and down at the same time. You start with your legs the same, don't change them, because just because I'm facing forward here, my leg's still is stuck that way, because it helps you learn how your hips move. Okay. Also, one thing with your front leg when you do these, it's not like this. Okay, when you land, when you actually pitch and stride, your leg needs to be flexed but firm, which is a little bit bent. This at a 45-degree angle, if you recall from the last video, okay? It's not like this, because you'll hurt yourself if you land like that in real life. All right, like this, tuck straight, okay? Up, down, follow through. Another thing you wanna avoid is when you pitch, lean forward. Use this foot to push you back. As you snap, you push back. Another thing you can do, parents, is you can hold their ponytail, like just someone stand back there and hold it, and it makes them stay still. All right, so try that. Do like 10 of those. After you're good at those, you can do them standing up. So you do it like this, standing sideways, 45-degree angle, athletic stance, hands down. You can do all the clocks like this, but I'll just show you 6 clocks. Like this, go around, pitch. See how I'm still lean back? Look how I'm leaning back like this, and this is incorrect. Which a lot of people do this for a long time, but what we're trying to do in pitching school is teach pushing your leg back. So watch when you hit, what happens to your front leg. Look what happens to my way. Use this when you hit, push back, and pitching, push back. Okay, so you see young girls when they learn how to hit like this, okay? So if you could teach them how to hit and translate that to pitching or vice versa, you got a good chance of throwing it hard. Arm safety is important in softball. There is very little research compared to baseball. There are no pitch counts because there's really no research around the legitimacy of how many pitches a girl can throw. Okay, but here's my advice for you. If I was a college coach, I would be able to see my pitcher throw all the time, see how tired she is, what she's eating, if she's lifting, and I just would be able to tell, like, okay, it's time to stop. So I'm a pitching coach. I only have my pitchers 1 hour a week. I have no idea what else she's doing. But the person who does have the best idea of what she's doing is you, the parent. Okay, so the best thing you can do for arm safety is 1, learn the proper fundamentals, and that is, but then also getting feedback along the way from professionals to make sure you're doing it right. So here's one thing mechanically that causes injuries is if you have a wrong arm circle. That's the most important one, right? So if it comes back here, and then a lot of people do this chicken wing. Okay, if you're untrained, this will cause a lot of problems. Like that's the biggest one. Labrum, scapula, back there. Like the one that volleyball players get. Okay, the softball players get those too. Number 2, really, really fast pitchers as they get older, see bicep tears, but that's a lot of the faster pitchers. And then the one that I actually see is tendonitis in the elbow, and that's usually from overuse. And here's your tip for overuse, because I can't watch them all the time, you can. Parents, you need to come to lessons, and you need to understand the fundamentals, and you need to understand, if your daughter's going to take this seriously, what it looks like when your daughter is getting tired. So you have to know the fundamentals to know when they're breaking down to say, it's time to stop. So the way to learn endurance is not throwing 1,000 pitches and saying, good, you're going to be able to throw 1,000 in a game. It's you tire your body out by jogging and running and actually just getting tired and then throwing a few pitches and seeing if you can still make them strikes. That's one way. That's the best way to build endurance in pitching. Secondly, let's say you're pitching, you're doing a long workout, and as soon as your daughter gets tired, meaning her fundamentals break down or her speeds get slower, which you would want to get a radar gun if you really want to be specific, that's the best way to do it. As soon as they consistently get slower, that means time to stop for the day. You're tired, let's start the next day. Remember, this is like a fast twitch sprinter. It's like she's a 50-yard sprinter. So that's how they train, and that's how pitchers would want to train, is that you try your hardest and then you rest. You try your hardest and then you rest. So pitching, remember this. A little bit of practice, a lot of days, and you'll have a long and safe and awesome career. And those are your arm circle breakdowns. You can do 3 to 10 of each of those, depending on the day and how good you are at them. And that'll help you pitch faster and have a better motion. So good luck.